Welcome back for part 2 of my Prussian Commonwealth Guide, or Poland Guide, whichever you prefer. Let's continue where we left off. We got a lot of aggressive expansion, I believe, so I kind of need to relax for a bit. Looks like my leader has died, and this is interesting. We're in the Velos line now. I'm not excommunicated anymore as well, so maybe we can fix that. Maybe we should influence this guy. I don't know what we can do to make him a little bit less hatred of me. Nope, too late. Excommunicated again. But I'm going to keep an eye on this guy, because might be able to claim his throne. That would be really interesting. So I'm actually going to break my alliance with France just because I want to possibly get him in a PU later. Worth it to try. So I'll keep my eye on that. Just finishing up offensive ideas here, which is nice. Got a bit of extra discipline. Go ahead and attack Brandenburg here. And specifically because I want to actually vassalize him. I'll show you why in a minute before he gets killed off. I'll go ahead and vassalize Brandenburg here. Make some money. And the reason I'm doing that is so I can actually look at his mission tree so I know what I'll need to do. Because Prussia and Brandenburg have the same mission tree. You don't have to do this, just a heads up. This is literally just a convenience thing. Like, you can open up another tab too, but it's nice to just be like, okay, what do I need to do for this mission? I'm going to go ahead and get religious ideas as my third idea group. And I've gone focused admin again, so I can get that done relatively fast. Probably could upgrade this advisor too. The advisors are really cheap for me. I'm watching France like a hawk, seeing if his leader dies. I really want to get that personal union with France. That would be nice. Let's go ahead and declare war on these guys here, just kind of gonna let my subjects expand a little bit. I'm not really gonna do much in this war, just kind of letting them do their thing. Because there's so much war support, I actually have to piece them out separately, so we're gonna grant these provinces, take some money from him, and then we'll just take full annexation from this guy and some money. And all of this is going to Hungary, of course. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and declare we're just gonna be feeding more of Hungary. Not gonna really be doing much, just let my guys take care of it. Alright, all these provinces go to Hungary. Now I'll have them get a claim on the next guy and just kind of keep feeding my vassals. Declaring war on the Ottomans. It should be really easy and to the point where I can just let my subjects probably fight him, but I'll try to be helpful for old time's sake. I recommend start getting your professionalism up as you can. When we form pressure, we're going to need a bit of absolutism, or sorry, professionalism to do one of our missions, so we're going to want that. Like the Protestant Reformation is here, so that's a nice thing. Can eventually form pressure. We do have a lot more to do before we're ready to form pressure. Oh, I'm getting the Dutch revolt now, of course, so I probably need to move my capital. And a few here. I can try to accept some cultures to help. Maybe I can accept cultures here. I think it's Walloon, Flemish, and Dutch, if I recall right. Hold off doing that for a little while longer. Grab Sustained Discipline as my 5th tier. If you guys are interested in a part 3, I will do one if it reaches 150 likes within the first week. I'll just time a gauge if you're interested. You guys seem to like the first part, so we'll just have to see how it goes. I'm going to get my professionalism up in preparation for when we are Prussia. Trying to get to 50 before we get there. Go ahead and take as much land as possible in this war. Going to grant it all to Hungary, and that should be good. Finally, his heir died, and we of course are going to claim his throne. I've been waiting counting down the days for this to happen, and I'm just going to go ahead and probably declare that war straight away. Let's cancel military access first. So here we go. Cancel military access. Then we're going to go ahead and claim throne. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and claim on throne for declare the war, and let's get in it. Gotta get all my guys over here, because funny, we lost their claim the day after. You always want to go to war immediately when you have the opportunity for that. And let's just get the war goals straight away. Head into Paris. We can even barrage it, assault it. You just want that war goal ticking early. I'm looking to start finishing this idea group here, so Deus Volt is on the way. And France is relatively strong, so this isn't just like slaughter. He's got guys. He's got 700 dev or so. He's definitely putting up a fight. Only worry I have is my leader's kind of old, I think. 63. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to try to get those relations up in a hurry, or stall it out and have our leader die. That's probably better, actually. Let's do that. So I think I'm gonna have my guy be a general, so he can die. More likely, he probably will not survive long. Really nice if my leader would go horseback riding right now. You know, I need to get him out of here. But unfortunately, I'm like, how can I? He needs to die like today. I could probably end this war soon, but I'm like, my guy's like 64, 65. He's not. Gonna be a bitch to keep him alive. He's 64, so I can't really end the war until my leader dies, but you put him in the army, so the chances are higher that he will die. Also, I'm out of manpower, so this war is kind of becoming a little bit taxing. So I could definitely end this war. It's just a matter of the problem of the leader situation is awkward, so I'm trying to like stall this war out now so that my guy can die, hopefully. I'm gonna decline your offer for union because my guy still needs to die. And I think he knows it. He's smart enough now. He's like, that guy's 65. He ain't sticking around for the relations to get better. I could try it, I guess. I was really hoping to kill off my guy, but he's gonna die so soon though too. So if I got that and some money, how bad are my relations? I guess I can just fix these relations like ASAP. I have to fix them like insta. Like it's gotta be like, you know, my guy might die and like he's literally like 65 and now he's in the army. See if I can fix this problem before my guy dies. I'm gonna influence and send gifts and just do whatever I need to do. My guy's gotta live for another like 5 years now. I don't know if I maintains for a second. I need to get more money to pay for these gifts. Oh man, you never want to be in this sketchy scenario. I tried to get my guy killed, but he wouldn't die. So now we're like trying to force the relations to be better at ASAP. Luckily my guy has the potion of immortality. Spend 800 bucks here. 29 to go. Don't die. And if you do die, just like no one tell the nation he's dead, okay? Just leave his body in the chair. It's fine. Just for a few months. Look at this. They're trying to force the subject abdication of my guy. Listen, we can wait a few months. We can talk about it. I think if we're positive, like I don't care. My guy's a billion years old. Okay, he can die. He made it. That's all that matters. Is he made it to exactly 0 apparently. Okay, planned. Now the nation has nothing to do with Valos. I think I can get Days Volt. Yes, I can. Okay. I'm trying to decide what the next play is. If it's like, is it Protestant? I don't know if I want to go Protestant because I have so many subjects that are probably Catholic, and that's just going to be a pain. I'm probably just going to stay Catholic. Grabbing Mill 11. We're looking pretty good on tech. I'm going to go ahead and declare on Lubeck, cleansing of heresy, trying to get some of these Prussian trees done. So let's do it. My vassal swarm at this point with France and everyone is pretty strong. You don't have to do like a ton of the heavy lifting anymore, and all your threats are kind of dead. I mean, the only real thing they need to do is build ships, maybe, to go attack England, but like I'm pretty much powerful. I'm gonna grab the burger loans just so I can get some ships rolling, because we are definitely of need of building some ships, build some heavy ships. I don't have a huge amount of land where I can actually build ships from. I just have a couple provinces, but just start getting those going. Got claims on Sulzar down here. This is the Piedmontese part of the strategy. Go ahead and just wipe peace out anyone that isn't a war guy. Short truces are always nice. I'm going to take quite a few provinces from this guy. I know I need 15 provinces in North Germany myself as one of the missions. I've been looking at that, so I want to just kind of grab a big chunk of provinces. It's probably more than enough. So I'm just going to take all these provinces here. I know I need Lubeck or Hamburg, so in this case it's fine that I get Lubeck, but I'm going to grab these provinces and the war. I should secure my first objective. And from here I actually want to now feed Bohemia provinces. I don't really want them myself anymore. And Days Volt's definitely a very nice one to kind of slow down that aggressive expansion. Although I am quite strong to the point that it's questionable if they could even stop me. My truce with the Ottomans is up once again. That being said, I should just go ahead and let Hungary, you know, get some more food down here. So we're just going to declare war on the Ottomans. Don't really need to do much. Just kind of, you know, to the point where my subjects can... I'm like a little... It's like I've revoked almost. I have very powerful subjects. And I would always get this war score cost for other religions as your first your perk. Start getting your navy rolling. Probably sooner than I did, I would recommend, just because at some point you're going to want to fight Great Britain. Now, I can look at my subjects mission tree, which is Brandenburg, and kind of look what we need to do. So I know that the first one is we needed 15 provinces in North Germany. We've got that well in hand by the looks of it. Now we're going to have to get, it's like these provinces here, as well as some other things. So that's fine. We're just going to kind of get that rolling. Oh, and I wasn't paying attention to the Ottomans war, but it looks like it's pretty well in hand. I'm just going to swap occupancy to Hungary on a bunch of stuff and probably give him, you know, all of the land. I think that looks good to me. I'll take a bit of money and just grab Hungary, all these provinces. So basically kicked off the Ottomans from Europe. Go ahead and get claims with Salzuro. These are the provinces you need for Piedmont, as you saw there. And we can just go ahead and declare war. If we want these provinces, not our subject, we can kind of just quickly go down. There's no allies, so it's not going to be a hard war. And then we also need to kill off Milan. You can't form Piedmontese without Milan. So the requirements are 6 provinces in this Piedmont, Savoy, and Liguria areas. I could take these 2 from Savoy. I have to kill Savoy anyways, and then do this one from Milan, and then that's the 6 that I need. I also need 3 islands here, and I want these 3. So I have a few more wars I need to do. Venice is doing some heresy things here, which I can't have. But unfortunately, I don't have a spy network. Or I don't have any claims with him. I don't even think I really connect to him anywhere. Oh, Venice stole the provinces. Alright, well, we'll have to kill Venice now. He stole some of the provinces I needed. I'm happy to do that. I don't even mind. I don't mind Venice. I will sacrifice for the greater good. One thing to keep in mind before you kind of form Prussia and all that is you're going to need a production building and a taxation building in Berlin. And you're going to need to be devved as well. So you should encourage development course before you do this and get it to 25 dev. So Berlin is ready to go. It should be ready to go for the upgrade. And now we just need our professionalism to be above 50, which we still are working on. And we're currently at 49, so we're definitely going to get there. Again, I would recommend if you're, you can kind of eye the mission tree that you're going to be looking for, right? That's why I subjugated this guy, just so I could do this. But, we need to renovate Berlin. There it is, Temple Workshop 25 dev. And then we're going to need this 50% professionalism. And then if we can get a one yearly armors attrition K to the end of the game. If we just have our ability at 60 influence or more, which we already do. So since Venice still has provinces, I'm going to go ahead and declare war on him. What's kind of nice is Spain's in the war too, and we need some stuff from Spain, so I don't mind that at all. And I could kind of take some other stuff from Spain that I've been wanting to get my hands on. Go and grab Royal Decree for my 6 tier. There we go, 50 professionalism, and that's for our mission in the Prussia tree. Spain is actually quite strong. It's a second great power, so this is a little bit of a challenging war, but also I'm pretty strong. Get this goods produced modifier for the Polish crown, which is a super nice perk we got. Like England went a different religion too. It's nice. We can cleansing of heresy on him later. We'll go ahead and let Spain out of this war. I just want 3 provinces, so I need these to form Piedmontanese. So I'm going to take these, and maybe we can have a renewal with Venice as well. Or how about England? We'll have a renewal with England. And now we can go over and go wreak havoc on the war goal again because we've kind of been focusing on Spain. Okay, we don't need a ton more in this war, and just these provinces here. So I'm probably just going to grab these 3 provinces. I don't really care to take anything else right now. So grab these and just some money. Looks like Venice won't help Savoy anymore, so I'm just going to go ahead and kill him off real fast. I'm going to grab colonization with this guy, just take this one province. And we should have everything we need to form Seed Piedmont, aside from we probably need like some buildings built and stuff like that. Yeah, we're going to need to turn up here to have insanely high dev. It's got to be dev to 30. I'm going to go ahead and attack Saxon here, just start kind of eating up a little bit more of the HRE. Go ahead and start deving up Seed Piedmont. I need 30 dev in just this one province, so I'm going to start trying to work on that for a bit. So I need 30 dev in just this province alone. So there we go. We need 5 buildings. So we're just going to go ahead and get those going. And then the total state also needs 100 dev. On top of that, our nation as a whole needs 12 factories. And I don't think I really have any, so I need to start building some factories here and there. There's 4 started, so we know we need another 8 factories. I'm going to wipe peace out anyone else that's not the main war guy here. And because I want to have short truce, per usual. I'm going to end this war, take everything I can, which is going to be everything but 1 province, I guess. Can't quite fully annex it. That's fine with me. Money, okay, that looks good to me. And I'm going to grant all of these provinces over to Bohemia. And I can't quite grant them all, I guess. He's too overextended. So no problem. I'll just have to hold on to them for a bit while he cores some stuff up. And it looks like my capital probably has to be moved at some point because the Reformation is spread over here, which is unfortunate, but it does happen. Looks like there's going to be a coalition with everyone. I didn't realize this, so that might be a problem. We'll see if it actually forms. But I didn't intend for that to happen, but even they might not even join the coalition. We'll see. Go ahead and move my capital here, as that annoying disaster is there, so it'll get rid of that Netherlands disaster for you. There'll come a point in your game where you feel like you can take on all of the HRE at once without the worry of gross expansion. I call this the point of no return. So we're going to go ahead and start that, and basically you're going to get as many people, you're just going to be warring with as many people as you want, as much as you can, and you're not going to care if you take things non-co-belligerate, right? You're just going to try to take all of the land that you can and be as aggressive as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into that. We're going to start that off. Let's see, where do we want to start that off? So we're going to start that off with this war here. We're going to be warring with these 6 nations. Jump into it. And now I'm going to declare war with Trier, and then I'm going to grab another 7 nations total in it. As you see, we're kind of just attacking everything. And we are, it looks like Austria is trying to get into this war anyway, so we might as well invite him properly to the war. And your goal should be to attack the not main war guy. So on this point, I probably shouldn't be attacking Hesse directly. I should be attacking some other nations like Brunswick, because you don't want to get the main war guy until later. You want to kind of get the co-belligerent the other targets out. So you should be going after the secondary targets in the war. For example, we have Gel right here, who's maybe won't leave yet, but kind of just got to siege people out, and they will eventually give you the provinces you want. You get to the point where most people are in the war with you, but you want to start like handing out some provinces to Bohemia. You kind of want to try to mix up what you're taking versus what your subjects are taking, because you don't want to be crazy overextended. That's going to make things harder. We're going to give Saxony to Bohemia. So I want to just be looking around at this point, like, who am I not at war with still, right? Like, who's left? So I found another war I could do. I didn't realize it wasn't worth everyone yet. So I'm going to go declare this war, and that should be good. I didn't get into... I thought it was going to be at war with Friesland, but I'm not. I'm not at war with Dortmund yet. Okay, we'll get there. One at a time. Let's get some claims. He's already Protestant too, so once we connect to him, we'll be good. So we're just looking for people that want to leave. And when they do want to leave, of course, we're just going to, you know, feed them to who we need to feed them to, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to end the war with Berg, take his 2 provinces. That should be good. Take some money too. And now I can get in range to attack Cologne. I just need a CB. We're working on that right now. Going to grab these 2 provinces from Gelra. Grab some money. And some of them that can are going to start trying to join a coalition, hoping they can attack these guys before he gets into fully. Now I couldn't, but that's fine. Though I might need to attack him. I believe other people are going to join the coalition is the problem, like Spain. Yeah, so I'm actually going to do something a little weird. I'm going to no CB this guy so the coalition doesn't grow any bigger. So that's fine. Whatever. Yellow. And the other part, anyone who you are not at war with by this point will probably be in a coalition against you, just so you kind of understand that. Actually, I need Bremen. He's at war with me. Good. Okay. Like, a couple of these guys, I need to make sure they're all at war with me. They seem to be. So that should be actually fine. Yeah, but anyone that you didn't war with is probably in a coalition with you at this point. So we're going to end the war with Brunswick. And I want to give everything over to Bohemia. And if you grant provinces like this, it doesn't matter if they're overextended. You can kind of force them into getting the provinces, which I tend to do, because your subject being overextended is much easier to deal with than you. This is the only mission you really have to worry about, is because you need every province in this area, the North Rhine area, I know for sure. So other than that, you can afford to not take everything. So I'm probably just going to end the war with Brunswick, take those for my subjects, some money. I'm going to grab colonization from Munster. We're starting to get a little overextended here. Not quite overextended, but getting to the point where we won't be able to core everything. You're just basically looking for anyone that wants to leave the war. That will give you the province that you want and leave the war. The 2-prong. If they'll do both of those things, you are in a good spot to go ahead and do that. Looks like Trier is here, and you don't want to end any wars with the main war guy. Just be careful not to do that. Looks like, oh yeah, Cologne was the coalition part, so I'm just gonna have to. And I can't really take the stuff from the other war people, and that was the original coalition. We're gonna give all this to Bohemia, I think. Yeah, anything you can give away to your subjects is gonna be helpful for you. Just keep that in mind. It might create bad border gore, but just deal with it. All right, ending the war with Cleves, taking province money. And we got our next reform available. That's nice. We can grant. I usually like the Nobles of the Road for the leader cost. We're slowly coring up stuff that we're taking. I'm going to end the war with Cologne and select all these provinces I want. That looks good to me. Some money. If you can't take someone's provinces all in one war, because they're a secondary target and it's too much, you can look here maybe. In this case, it's 102%. So I'm going to take one province, and then I should be able to attack him and take everything in the next war I do with him. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the one province, let him go, pour that up, and we're starting to get into that dangerous territory of being overextended. The run sim, everyone just kind of runs away from your capital too. All right, I'm going to end this war with Hesse. I'm going to take that province. I actually want to grant all these to my guy, so I'm going to wait to do that. So Bohemia is going to take as many as provinces as he can over here. So all but one. So I'll go ahead and end the war with Hesse and Stettin. Take Stettin. Actually, if I take Stettin in secondary, maybe I can take everything. Let's see. So take everything, give it to Bohemia. Very nice. And I think I'm getting to the point where I'm actually overextended, which is kind of annoying, but just a little bit. Just a little bit overextended. But hopefully, I think some stuff's about to core up too, so it won't be like I'm overextended for too long. And now, of course, we're down to 3 wars. Don't be afraid to stall out wars if you're trying to, like, core stuff. I probably should have waited a bit to end some of these wars. Even Bohemia, this province here, Rothenburg. The important part is you get a truce with Austria too. You don't necessarily have to take everything at once like I'm doing. You just need to get truces so you can truce juggle a little bit. So how about we just throw a bunch of stuff to Bohemia here. Alright, so these provinces go to Bohemia. Just a little bit of money. Now we got 2 more people left, and we just gotta work through them, and we'll get there. Our extensions, we have a little bit of room. Bohemia's, I mean, it's really fine for your subjects to get overextended. It's whatever. It's not really going to be a problem for you. You might have to fight some rebels, but it's better that your nation's not overextended. I believe Switzerland was ready to be taken, so let's grab that. There's no way to get into Begren's land, so I'm going to just white piece him out. So this guy, yeah, there's going to be a couple nations I simply just can't connect to. So I'm just going to have to let them go. I can grab, let's see, what's my cap? About 20%. What can I grab here? Can I grab these 2? Just about, yeah, I think so. It's fine. Grab these 2. If I let this guy go, I won't be able to take his province. It's too far away. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna like, I don't have the capacity for this. Actually, I will. I'll take it. So I can take this now. There we go. Okay, hopefully, yeah, hopefully Bohemia can just take everything left. Come on, I don't want this. Alright, fine, I'll go overextended. Gonna have to go a little overextended to take Hamburg. Not much I can do about this one. But I can give the rest to Bohemia at least. That should be fine. There's all those wars gone through. And yeah, just a little overextended. Hope maybe I can even concentrate. Probably, no. And when this gets done, it'll be it won't be too bad. But we might have some rebels to deal with. And check your truces, because you're not going to want... Anytime a truce expires, you're going to want to like jump in on it immediately, because people are going to join coalitions insta. So I'm paying attention to truces. Now you're gonna have to help Bohemia. If you're doing a similar strategy, you're definitely gonna have to help your boys with their rebels, especially Bohemia, because he's probably like an ungodly amount overextended. I don't even know. In fact, I'm kind of curious if it says how overextended he is. If I try to grant him like this, what would it say? Oh, that's my province. Let me give him 332%. So we're just gonna be recovering for a little bit. Of course, when any truce is up, we're gonna have to go to war immediately. I would imagine we actually have the provinces we need to form Prussia and all that jazz too. We just kind of have to work through the development that we need down here. So we gotta just probably, let's see, what's our military like? It's probably fine. So yeah, we just need to dev up these provinces a little bit more. And as a reminder, you need 100 total dev in the state. Right now, I have, math is hard, but it's something like, let's see, 50, 79. So we actually need a lot more dev. And we also need to build some factories. So we only need 6 more factories. Probably just going to take some loans, because I know I need 6 factories. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now we have the factories we need. And we probably want to get rid of some of the forts. We don't really need forts at all. So let's get rid of some of these forts. They're not really going to be important to us. And let's see where we're at with our dev situation. We've got to dev a bit here. So it's 50. We want to just dev a bit more. 25. There we go. I think we should be at 100 dev now. And that looks good, so that part of it's ready. And from here, we basically just want to save some points up. We want to have it. We need a little extra points when we're doing all this tax switching, so we can't quite kind of go for it yet. But we're getting really close. We're gonna go to war with Mainz now. So fabricate claim on a province here, and then we'll go ahead and go to war. Of course, Austria will be called in. We don't really want much from Austria other than just like white peace. I just kind of want to. Yeah, I don't have a ton of manpower. I have 0 manpower, so. Shouldn't be too hard of a war. I just want it to be simple. We're still dealing with rebels in the meantime here. We gotta check for our next truce. What is it gonna be? We don't care about that. We don't care about Sweden. Brunswick we care about, and Friesland and Milan. Yeah, sure, we can go for them later. Gonna white peace out Austria in this one, the kind of truce struggle, and then we're gonna go after these provinces here. We're gonna put these in Bohemia's name. Of course, we don't really have the space for it. But our lucky ally will maybe have the space for it. He definitely doesn't have the space for it either, but he's going to have to make room. And I can also give him this guy's provinces too, might as well. Here you go. Have all of it. And we'll end the war with him, take some money, and then everything to Bohemia. And Bohemia is probably overextended to hell. Always. I mean, that's how he lives. Our next truce that matters is going to be, I believe, 74. So we're good to just hang out for a bit, collect some points, stabilize, that sort of thing. We're going to embrace the institution finally here. We're a little behind on tech, but we're using our points for other things for a second. We're going to be saving our points for just a bit. Don't be afraid to get a little behind in tech. There's not many threatening nations left to challenge you, so shouldn't be a concern. I truce ended with Brunswick, so of course going to declare war with him immediately. And it literally is just him in Geneva, so it's not going to be that challenging of a situation. And I'll give Bohemia this province, and I'll actually take the one down here as well. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna end the war. Take this province to Bohemia and grab this one for myself. It's fine to me. 2 more nations eliminated. My truce with Austria's up, so I'm gonna go ahead and declare on them. Should be an easy war. And I'm gonna go ahead and declare my golden era. You can declare this whenever you want if you're going to like world conquest, but for me, I probably could declare this earlier. I'm just gonna declare that, and you can extend it, I think, with the Poland mission tree, anyways. So do that if you'd like. All right, I'm gonna grant Albania to Hungary. So normally I would take a lot more in this war, but I want to get to the point of my video, kind of, more or less. And so I'm just going to take a little bit, give them Bohemia, and then get some money. The reason being is because I want to show you the tag switch, which is kind of the main point of this video. So let's go ahead and show you that now. So first off, you're going to want to make sure there's no rebels in your country, because you're going to be possibly needing to switch your capital. We are good on that front. Let's go ahead and unstate everything. Now that's done, we're going to go to this state here, Piedmont, and we're going to state it. Don't need to pay for it or anything, just state it. And then we can go to our cultures here. We're going to have to make room for this to be accepted or promoted. We're going to culture shift. Now you'll select the mission, form Sardina Piedmont. Hit yes, please. And now we are going to go to our missions. And this right side of the tree is the important part. So if you did everything right, the first one is going to be just 20 dev in your capital. And you have to own Torino and have 20 dev as your first mission. Second one is going to be you have Torino and it has 5 buildings and 30 dev. And the last mission on the right here is going to be you got to have a certain amount of income, which I barely have. So maybe have a little bit. Maybe I should have fixed my trade a bit before I did this, but either way, it works. And you're going to have at least 12 factories and 100 dev in the total area. Okay, so that's going to give you that 5% admin efficiency, and that should be very strong. Of course, admin efficiency is one of the best modifiers in the game. And whatever else you complete, it doesn't really matter. It's not really important. Now what you need to do is go to Russia up here, and we're going to state up these. And you should go ahead and move your capital. Now, if you actually had more than 100 dev here, that would be nice. And maybe I should have done that. So I'd recommend if you can get Prussian culture above 100 for when you do this, you don't have to move your capital. But for me, I will have to move my capital. Totally fine. And now I can go ahead and unstate, and I can even unstate this too. And now I should be able to accept Prussian culture. It looks like I need to get some cultures removed first. So let's get rid of some other cultures first. Promote Prussian and culture shift. Now what you're going to need to do is swap over to Protestant. We're not going to stay Protestant. We're just going to do this because you have to form Prussia. So now you'll see reform into Prussia. We can select this and hit yes, please. Now we are in the Prussian mission tree. Now what I actually need to do is see if I can get an ally. I totally forgot about this. I need to have a great power ally. That shouldn't be hard. Let's just ally to the Timurids, and that will get our mission done. The balance of power. That will give you extra bonuses for the Berlin Great Project. I'll show you that in a bit. Now, if we did this right, we should be able to complete all of this mission tree down here. And this one. And finally, at the bottom here, you'll see that your 5% admin efficiency bonus. And that's kind of the main reason we've been doing this in the first place. Now, we can also do this Renovate Berlin, which is super nice. And you're going to get monthly admin power till the end of the game, as long as Berlin doesn't get sieged down. Then I have this Professional Army, which is super nice. And then what do I need for this? Granted estate privilege. Let's see if we can do that. So we can go ahead and grant this one here. And that should be fine. And now that when we complete that, it's going to give us 1 yearly tradition decay till the end of the game, which is such a nice bonus. So your armies are going to be much better. And now we're going to get this Reform the State. And this will give you -10 admin tech till the end of the game. So that's super, super nice. So we got a few more to complete. So what else? What else did we do? This mission here. Bunch of different missions. So that's all done. Tons of nice bonuses. Kind of the point of doing it this way. And now let's go ahead and go back to Poland. So let's go ahead and state some Polish land. There'll be a bunch of it, so just feel free to state anything that is Polish, which makes switching to Polish very easy again. So that's probably about everything. We can unstate this too. Okay, so now it's time to switch to Polish. And to do that, we're going to go back to this menu here, and we're going to select Culture Shift. And then you'll see this mission, Form Polish Nation. So we're hit yes, please, if you'd like. And there you go. We are back to Poland, except now where you have way better modifiers. So from here, we can complete, let's see, we can complete a mission here. That's fine. We're actually going to finally form the Commonwealth. Before we form the Commonwealth, we're going to need to restate everything. We're just going to half state everything for now, and we'll come back to that a little bit later, but just half state everything for now. So I'm just going to dev up Lithuania like 1 or 2 times just because he's a little disloyal since I'm temporarily not the right religion, or not the same religion as he is. So now we can form the Commonwealth, finally, or the Commonwealth. And you can hit yes, please, and get these new ideas that are pretty nice. Now, what I recommend doing from here is actually switching your religion back, because you're going to be with this really weird government reform, the Prussian one, and it's going to be like you're going to be like impossibly overextended, like I am here. Your Gov gap is going to be out of control bad. So what you'll want to do is it's pretty simple. You just want to find a province that like is a newly upset province. So let's say Den Haag. So try to switch this province to Protestant and wait a month. And you'll see when you switch nations, a lot of times your coalitions will die down too, which is, I don't know why it does that, but it maybe just recalculates or something. So the coalitions are gone, which means we could basically attack anyone we want. And now what you're going to want to do is go back into here and find the Catholic Zealots and hit accept. And you're going to have to pick a new reform. Now I wouldn't recommend repicking this reform, but actually pick autocracy, because you just got rid of that form. You got rid of that reform for free. Don't take it back. I would not recommend it. Now, we might have this Dutch revolt again because, yeah, we're not accepting those cultures. So you will have to move your capital once again over here. So we need a little bit more points to do that. Okay. So now we're going to move our capital here just to stabilize ourselves. Okay, so we have no disasters. And, of course, we are the Commonwealth now. And we're going to be super, super strong. And to give you a quick explanation of why we did this is it's so we can get to 90% admin efficiency by the late game, so world conquest will be super easy. And I'll explain that real briefly on how we're going to do that. So to start off, we have this great project here that can now be benefited from. You'll see the text at the bottom says max effective absolutism plus 10%. If we have that in combination with our bottom reform here, which is political absolutism, you'll see its max effect is 15%. So combine those two, you get 125% effective absolutism. This will translate to 37.5 admin efficiency. And then the reform itself has another 2.5. So just basically think of yourself as now you have a clean 40% admin efficiency. So 40% there, 30% from tech, that puts you up to 70. The rest of it comes from what we already have. So this 10%, so that's 80%. And then the last 10% comes from this great project here. And then finally, the mission tree actually has one here that changes your reform to that 5% admin efficiency. So there you go. There's how you get 90% admin efficiency. I hope you guys enjoyed this. A bit complicated, but I think it's way better if you do this first. And hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, like the video. If it gets 150 likes in the first week, I will do a part 3, which will probably be the final part. And as always, have a great day, and thanks for watching.